Hey everyone, I just got back from seeing Fantastic Four yesterday, the new one, First Steps, and so I figured it's a good time to rank all of them. We'll just have to pretend that I'm wearing my Marvel shirt because it's currently at the bottom of my laundry basket and I'm not feeling up to go digging for it. So, just pretend. Although, hey, this is a pretty cool shirt. Just completely unrelated to the video I'm making. So anyway, 5 movies. Some people don't know about the first one, but yes, 5 movies. And I'll try to avoid spoilers for the new one, but everything else is fair game, so spoiler alert. Starting off, number 5 is Fan-4-Stick. How did you fuck up this badly? I'm actually asking, how did you fuck up this badly? I would love to see a disaster artist-esque biopic about the making of this movie. Because just all the drama behind the scenes. There's Josh Trank being highly unprofessional, apparently, and sometimes showing up drunk, apparently being abusive towards some of the actors, or just ignoring them. But then also being a victim, because, like, I almost said Sony. No, Fox. Fox basically locked him out of the editing room. Which, okay, if you're gonna hire him to direct, you let him into the editing room, motherfuckers. Kate Mara's hair and that wig, what the fuck?
They're sending Johnny into the field.
You mean he's sending himself into the field?
The only way to stop him is to cure him.
Here's the problem with this movie, is that it is the antithesis to everything the Fantastic Four are supposed to be. It is dour and depressing and colorless. I don't know if anyone smiles in this entire movie. The action... Well, we get one action scene in this movie, and it's the climax, and it looks like ass. It's cool in theory, it's cool in concept. The end result is just bad. The editing is bad, the choreography is bad, the visual effects are bad. It's just bad. Reg E. Cathy is really the only one who stands out as actually giving a good performance here. Out of the Fantastic Four, Michael B. Jordan is the only one who seems to actually want to be there, but even he's not doing much. And here's another big problem. This movie has no second act. I'm not kidding. The majority of the movie is just first act setup stuff. And then, once Dr. Doom comes back, we shift right into the third act, nothing in between, and that's the last 15 minutes. This movie is 100 minutes long. I don't know how long the credits are, so we'll just say it's like 75 to 85 minutes of first act build-up, hard cut to third act once Dr. Doom shows up. Nothing in between. There are chunks of this story missing. And I know this because there's a lot of shit that was in the trailers that was not in the movie. But I mean, even beyond that, the story is incomplete. The score is 0.5 out of 5, and I'm being generous with that, because this is technically a movie, and that is the bare minimum for that rating. Number 4 is Fantastic Four from 2005. For as bad as this franchise's average is, the 2015 movie is really the only one that I outright hate. Everything else is at least watchable. That's a pretty low bar, but it's a bar nonetheless. And this one is fun. It's fine. As far as the action department goes, I'd say it is 4 times better than Fan-4-Stick in that there are twice as many action sequences, and each individual action scene is twice as good as the one in Fan-4-Stick. Because the action here, yeah, the action's good. It's just a shame we only get 2 of them. We spend way too much time with them. Well, okay, from a smart people perspective and doing smart things, quarantining themselves after what happened actually makes a lot of sense, because they don't know if it's contagious. They don't know if they can affect other people. But that doesn't mean you have to dedicate so much runtime to it. There's this Mr. Story. Good on you for being the first black superhero director, by the way. You did a pretty good job. But Mr. Story, there's this thing called montage. Perhaps you've heard of it. Oh, and yes, fun fact, Black Panther was not the first black-directed superhero movie. It was these 2. Tim Story, man. He was... For all the problems this movie and its sequel have, they were the first, and good on them. That has nothing to do with the quality, it's just a historical thing, and I think it's kind of cool. Anywho, here's my problem with this movie. The Fantastic Four are Marvel's first family. They're called that for a reason. Like in the comics, they're a family. They have their occasional squabbles, but ultimately, at the end of the day, they have each other's backs. The problem is that in this movie, and to a lesser extent in the sequel, it's way too much squabbling.
Wake up. Ben! Hey, rise and shine, big boy. How you feeling?
Where am I?
Back on Earth. We're in quarantine. Victor's medical facility.
Reed? Sue?
Oh, they're fine. Everybody else is fine.
What's wrong with me?
I swear to you, Ben, they've done everything humanly possible. The best plastic surgeons in the world are here, Ben. You had the best.
Give me that mirror.
I don't know if that's a good idea. They said the shock alone...
I said, give me that goddamn mirror!
Okay. Ben, just be strong. Unfortunately, the doctors just couldn't do anything to fix your face.
Also, kind of a problem with this movie, it's basically just aping the first Spider-Man. Especially with the villain, where Dr. Doom is basically just Green Goblin all over again. Same motivation. It's weird, and I don't like it. As with most other versions in the movies, The Thing is the best part of this movie. He has the biggest heart, literally and spiritually. His emotional growth is, like, one of the best things about this movie. It actually works. My score is 2.5 out of 5. Number 3 is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This movie is a step up in some regards and a step down in others. It is a step up in acting, special effects, pacing, because it's like 15 minutes shorter. It is a step down in character intelligence, because everyone in this movie is just a little bit stupider than they were in the previous movie. And the new characters aren't much better. We have Andre Bauer's character, who I don't remember his actual name. He was supposed to be Nick Fury, but they couldn't get the rights to Nick Fury. He's a dumbass. Okay, I can wrap my head around not trusting these superheroes, but trusting Dr. Doom after the events of the first movie? At any point in your life, have you suffered a traumatic brain injury that went untreated? Because I don't know how else to explain a high-ranking military officer displaying this behavior. Out of the first 4 movies, from a purely objective standpoint, this one is the best. Like, it is the best movie out of the first 4. It looks good, it's well shot, it's well edited, there's more action this time around, and the action is as good, if not better. There is one bit they pull out of their ass when... Okay, so because of the surfer's radiation has been causing them to swap powers throughout the movie, which is a little weird. I'm really not a fan of characters like this version of the Silver Surfer, where it's basically just an excuse for the writers to keep pulling new superpowers out of their asses whenever they want and justify it. I hate that. Because of the cosmic radiation or whatever, once Johnny makes contact with him, and then he starts making contact with the others, quarantine anybody, they start swapping powers whenever they touch each other. And so that's pretty consistent throughout the movie.
Johnny, are you okay?
I'm feeling really strange since my run-in with surfing.
Maybe we should get you checked out.
Don't do anything! Stop, jump, and roll! Stop, jump, and roll! Oh my God, Sue! Just hang on, I'll get you, okay? Hang on!
Hey, watch it. Sue?
Sue! What's going on? You're on fire! You're on fire! You stink! Hold on!
But then in the climax, they all touch each other, and Johnny gets all of their powers instead of, you know, randomly swapping. Like, what? How does that make sense? And I guess it's kind of justified in that when Reed analyzes what's happening, he's not actually certain. He's just giving it his best guess. But even that's flimsy at best. If nothing else, the portrayal of the family here is better in that there's less infighting and they feel a bit more like a family. And Silver Surfer is a mixed bag. On the one hand, Doug Jones does great at the portraying the physical side of things, and Lawrence Fishburne's voice acting is just, drip that sweet honey in my ear. That probably sounded creepy, but you get the point. However, much like with the first movie, my problem here is the writing. They kind of wrote him out to be an asshole, because if he's had the power to defeat Galactus all along, why hasn't he done that sooner? Even the new movie did a better job than that. And we'll get to that. For the biggest point against this movie, what the fuck did you do to Galactus? That is not Galactus. That is Big Evil Space Cloud. What the fuck? And I mean, they thought that a gigantic humanoid would be too cartoonish. But then the design they went with was Big Spirally Space Cloud. That I'd argue that is just as cartoonish, if not more so. But no, it's still a mixed bag, but it's a step up, but I'd still just give it 2.5 out of 5. Number 2 is The Fantastic Four from 1994. Okay, look. From a purely objective standpoint, this is the worst movie of the bunch, with the possible exception of Fan-4-Stick. Like, budget to budget. And the end result, Fan-4-Stick is still somehow worse than this low-budget fare from 1994 that was never officially released. And here's the thing about that. I don't know what the original plan was. My theory is that they were originally planning to release it, but then they changed their minds. But no one told the cast and crew, because everyone involved in the making of this movie is putting their whole ass into it. And bless them for their efforts. Because this is, I would say, the most this is just, out of the first four, this is the one where you can just enjoy it without having to think about all the bad stuff, because the bad stuff adds to the experience. This movie is so bad that it's delightful. It has this campy charm going for it more than any of the others, and that, along with a bunch of just so bad it's good stuff, combines together into a genuinely fun and entertaining movie. I just recently watched the Honest trailer for this, and they basically said that this is when superheroes delved into soap opera. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my god, you're right. Hey, Mrs. Storm, can Johnny and Susie go to space with us? Well, I don't know, dear. You'll have to ask them.
Hi, Mrs. Storm. Johnny and Susan go to outer space with us?
Well, I don't know, dear. You'll have to ask them.
Come on! That is 100% soap opera shit right there, and I love it. However, unfortunately, due to being a low-budget Roger Corman fare, the special effects are not great. Given the time and money they had to work with, the script is about as good as it was gonna get. So, I won't fault them there. And same with the special effects, just given the circumstances and the time crunch they were in and all of the problems they were having, I can forgive that. They're not that bad. I've seen much worse from well, newer movies, honestly. And like with the Tim Story movies, The Thing is the best part of this movie. He does have a very abridged love story with Alicia Masters, where they meet once, and then by the second time they meet, they are both professing their love for each other and formally introducing themselves to each other. So yeah, a lot of things got condensed, but in general, he is the best part of this movie. And honestly, what does it say that this objectively bad movie has the best portrayal of Doctor Doom out of the first 4 movies? What does that say? I'm genuinely asking, what does that say? Because, well, okay, sorry, I should clarify. The Thing is the best part of the 4. He's the best member of the Fantastic Four in this and Tim Story's version. Doctor Doom is the best part of this movie. Hands down.
Hello, Dr. Ritter. Good to see me again. This is a little device I've been playing. I hope for your sake it's working well. I have the diamond and a friend of Mr. Grimm. Oh, by the way, that laser you saw, it's finished now. Allow me to demonstrate its purpose. You have 12 hours to surrender yourselves to me, or I'll wipe out New York City. Have a nice night.
And also, I will appreciate that for as lighthearted and campy as this movie is, there are still some serious moments. There is a gunfight between Doctor Doom's minions and the Jeweler's minions, and it's actually appropriately gritty and serious. It steers away from the campy tone long enough to have a fairly serious gunfight, and it works about as well as it could have. My score is 3 out of 5. Number 1, hopefully to no one's surprise, is the Fantastic Four First Steps. Oh boy! Well, first of all, this is the longest Fantastic Four movie, clocking in at 115 minutes, and it does not feel like it. This movie is a breeze. The pacing is just mwah. And for anyone saying that they gave away too much in the trailers, you ain't seen nothing. There are massive chunks of this movie that are just not in the trailers at all. They show a bit from the third act. It's just to let you know that Galactus is going to be here, and he looks great. And he looks great. Going into this one, I was familiar with 3 of the 4 actors portraying the Fantastic Four. I am not all that familiar with Joseph Quinn. Looking at Letterboxd, it looks like, oh, he was in A Quiet Place day 1, so I guess I was familiar with him, just not by name. The other 3 I am very much familiar with by name. I love all of them, and Joseph Quinn, yeah, he rounds out the... Oh, wait a minute, he was Eddie Munson? Oh, I knew he looked familiar. Okay, so I am familiar with him. I just don't know him by name. So yeah, Eddie Munson is the Human Torch, y'all. That's pretty awesome. Oh, also, he was in Overlord. I don't remember him in Overlord, but then again, I don't really know any of the characters by name. The only actor I know by name from Overlord is Bokeem Woodbine. That man deserves more leading roles. He's awesome. As much as I like that we got Jonathan Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic for all of 5 minutes in Multiverse of Madness, he never really got a chance to fully make that character his own. It was more just a bit part. Pedro Pascal just... he gets the character. He gets... because there is a duality to Reed Richards. There is his intelligence, and there is his emotional side. Sometimes they mesh, and sometimes they're on the same page, and then sometimes they clash, where intellectually he knows that this needs to happen, but emotionally he is not about to let that happen. And Pedro Pascal does an excellent job with that. Vanessa Kirby, those two have fantastic chemistry, but also it's not this picture perfect marriage, you know, and they are married in this one, that we are past that point in their story. and the chemistry is great because like they still have their differences, they still have their arguments, and unlike in the first Tim story, there's still occasional arguments. It's not all that it's not constant. Eben Moss Backrich? I really hope I said that right. I really know what all has he been in? I mainly know him from Girls and from Andor, and he was really good in both of those shows. And he's really good as the Thing here, and for what little we see of Ben Grimm pre-transformation. Ralph Ineson as Galactus is just, so good. Vocal performance, physical performance, the whole package, so good. And Julie Garner as Shala Ball, Silver Surfer. I'm not familiar with this version of Silver Surfer. She plays the character so well with the duality of eventually having to come to terms of her role in what Galactus is doing.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death. Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars. Hold your loved ones close, and speak the words you've been afraid to speak. Use this time to rejoice and celebrate, for your time is short. I herald his beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus.
And unlike the Tim Story version of the character, she does not have the power to outright defeat Galactus. She is very, very powerful. She is more powerful than any of the four. She can, stand up to him, but she can't outright defeat him. So it was more balanced that way, and her powers are more defined here. So we know we kind of know their limitations. Speaking of that, I won't spoil it, but there's a bit in during the second act or so when they're trying to escape her. They find a really smart way to do it. It's nice to see characters making smart decisions, and it works. They are able to evade her for the time being. I won't spoil anything, but they're very smart about it. And for side characters, we get Paul Walter Hauser as Mole Man. He gets a few minutes of screen time. He makes them count. Natasha Lyonne as Rachel. Who is that? I don't know who Rachel Rosman is. I'm guessing she's a character from the comics, but Natasha is a welcome sight. I'm a big fan of her. And yeah, just the whole cast is... And we even get cameos from the 1994 cast, which is awesome, just to have acknowledgement that, yes, their movie exists and is part of the history of this property. But yeah, this movie, it's not perfect. It has a few little issues, but really nothing major. It's great. My score is 4 out of 5. Hey everyone, what's your ranking? Let me know down in the comments. Have you even seen the 94 version? If you haven't, you should. It's free on YouTube. Because fucking copyright bullshit. It was never officially released, so it's not like they can copyright it. Or did Disney give it a proper release? I don't remember. No, it was the Star Wars Holiday Special they gave an official release to. But anyway, like and subscribe and all that. If you don't like the video, tell me why. Try to be constructive. And subscribe anyway. You'll be notified when I upload a new video. Watch that and tell me why that one sucks. Or why it's good. Or both. That's all for now. Stay safe in these crazy times.